Hello friends, welcome back. Today's question series is highly important one for UGC NET, ICR NET and ICR SRF examinations. You all know that ICR NET is going to commence in the month of February 2025 or March 2025. So be tuned with me and I will bring more and more questions that will help you to all of you to crack the particular exam in upcoming years. In these connections, the first questions just in front of you, what do you understand by a learning process in which a manager do copy with a change? Do copy with a change, if you put it in the English meaning, that is called the adaptive learning. But other terms, that is single loop learning, double loop learning, that is also the important one in question series. Single loop learning means when according to the expected outcome and the desired outcome, due to some any type of the discrepancies or the deficiency are there, then the personnel in the organizations may go for the learning process. The double learning type of the learning process, in which personnels go debate, discuss of any type of the hypothesis and the assumption in an organization and create the learning platform. But whatever, learning is the key of the organizations, so always we create an environment by which the learning process should be going on in any type of the organizations. The second questions in today's lecture series, what is that situations in which many minorities simply leave their jobs and start their own business due to perception of discrimination leading to frustrations? This type of the situations mainly observed after the globalizations, when the intermixing of the culture has been done. Then another issue has come into picture, that is the cultural shock. In the context of the cultural shock, that has been impacted more on the minorities, and they observed that they always feel that there is a clear-cut discrimination in the system. That's why they go for their own enterprise. This type of the situations is called as the revolving door syndrome. But glass ceiling syndrome, social looping, the other parts and parcel that has been observed in the organizations. Glass ceiling, you all know that in the career anchor, if any type of the discrimination has been faced by the marginalized section of the society, mainly women, they could not go higher in the post. That is called as the glass ceiling syndrome, or glass ceiling syndrome, or the symptom. Social looping is that situations in which people believe that their effort cannot be counted or their effort cannot be recognized. That's why they could not put their effort in any type of the society or any type of the group. That is called as the social looping. But here the answer is revolving door syndrome. The third questions in this question series, what do you understand by the situations in which decision maker must cope with inadequate information about the nature of the problem and its possible solutions? Already highlighted, that is bounded rationalities. But this type of the situations, you all know that that is also called as the closure. You have very less amount of the information in your hand, and accordingly you can take the decisions. That depends on how you perceive the situations, perceive the environment in and around you, and accordingly you can take the decisions. That is called as the bounded rationality. And in the organizational behavior, you will find the typical type of the answer in this line, that is called as the closure. Question number 4. Who is the scientist developed the concept of motivational job design? The answer already highlighted, that is J. Richard Hackman. J. Richard Hackman highlighted that in the any type of the organizational situations, you have to identify the knowledge, skill, attitude of the particular person, and accordingly you have to assign the job to him, by which the particular person will be motivated and deliver his best. That is called as the motivational job design. You have to put the organizational job or design of your job according to the proper skill of the employees. That concept was given by the J. Richard Hackman. Who among the following scientists highlighted by reality shock syndrome? Reality shock syndrome is very common phenomena. Many a times when you are go for a job, your expected outcome or whatever your expectation from the job has not been matching with the reality. The scientist Hall has highlighted that reality shock syndrome is many a times observed in the organizations, and we have to track it in a right way by which employee can stick to your organizations. Question number 6. What is the conditions that highlights about state of emotional, mental and physical exhaustion that results from continued exposure to high stress? You will feel fatigue due to the continuous exposure of your high stress. It may be the physical, it may be the emotional, it may be the mental, and you all know that the common term that includes in this particular situation, that is called as the burnout condition. You completely burned out. But if you don't have any type of the work in your system, your potential has not been trapped properly, then also you will find the stress, that is called as the rust out condition. But here the answer is burnout condition. The next question is, what is that condition in which it is described as narrow focus, in which one sees things solely through one's own view, from one's own perspective? Everything has been taken its own perspective. It is very narrow focused. It should not be the right way to understand the things, but it is your own observations. The particular situation is called as parochialism. I personally highlighted this particular questions because these questions always or many times comes in the UGC net. Question number 8. What is the situations in which a small raft is navigating a raging river? You all know that there are two types of the ocean, that is the blue ocean and the red ocean. And in the red ocean you will find the many competitors. It becomes a red because due to competitions many competitors become wounded. The blood filled ocean, that is called as the red ocean. And here if a small raft is navigating a raging river, the particular condition is called as white water rapids. That is also a very important question. Question number 9. Who is the scientist has given the concept of 5 stages of adoption process? In my time, this question has come in the time of 2012 December UGC net. The answer is Carl Roger. Out of the 5 different stages of the adoption process, hopefully you have remembered, that is innovator, early maturity, late maturity, laggards. These are the stages, hopefully you have remembered. I also forget many points due to the long career path, but the thing is that Carl Rogers has highlighted about the 5 stages of the adoption process, and everyone is passing through it, and you have to remember that. Question number 10. Which is the most difficult stages of adoption process? That is the decision, because decision concept has come into picture when you have many choices, and out of the many choices you have to take the right one, that is the decisions. And taking the decisions is the managerial ability. If you take the right decisions at the right time, then the real objective of the management can be fulfilled. If you could not take the decisions, then you are better called as a labor than a manager. So if you are a proper manager, the research said that a manager can increase the productivity of the organizations up to 10%. But in the real situations, you will find it may be around 40%. A manager is in the situations or the system, it can increase the productivity up to 40% as well. Dear friends, in today's objective question series, some slides I could not understand that why the slides has not been changed, maybe some technical issues. So you will, in the same questions you will find the answers, but whatever the things, you have to gone through all the questions. All the questions are important one. I will create more and more videos on the holidays, because in the regular routine days I really find very difficult to create the videos. But whatever our objective to achieve the knowledge system or knowledge ecosystems must be taken into consideration at any manner. Hopefully this video is useful for all of you. Thank you all. Thank you for watching my video.